If you're moving to France, you'll need to figure out how to transfer money without getting hit with massive fees. After 17 years here, I've made expensive mistakes, so you don't have to. Today, I'm sharing the solution I wish I'd known about since day one. I'm Susie, I'm American, and I've been living here in Dijon, France since 2008. Now, I need to tell you something upfront. This video is sponsored by the money services provider Wise. But here's the thing, and this is really important to me. I've literally had my Wise referral code in the description of every single video I've ever made on this channel, long before they reached out to me. I told myself when I started this channel, I would only partner with companies I actually use and truly believe in. So when Wise contacted me, I was honestly really excited because I was recommending them to you anyway. So when you move abroad, you will have to transfer money back and forth. And if you're not careful, traditional banks will absolutely gouge you. Let me give you a painful example from my real life. I did my master's degree in the US while living here in France over the span of 2 summers and a school year back from 2012 to 2013. I had to pay about $20,000 in tuition from my euro savings. I didn't have Wise back then, so I did old school international bank transfers every semester to pay for my tuition. Between the wire fees and hidden exchange rate markups, I estimate that I lost between $750 and $900. It still hurts to think about. My husband and I finally got serious about finding a better solution in 2022 when our kids were going to summer camp in the US. We had about $3,100 in camp fees that we needed to pay from our euros. With our French bank, between the wire transfer fee and their exchange rate markup, we would have paid around 133 euros in total costs for a wire transfer, or we could have just paid for the camps with our French debit card to avoid the wire fee, but that would have cost us between 75 and 90 euros in foreign transaction fees. Still 3 to 4 times more expensive than Wise. With Wise, using the real mid-market rate and their transparent fee, we paid only about 20 euros to do the conversion ourselves, and then paid for the camps with our Wise multi-currency card. That's a huge savings, real money that stayed in our pocket instead of going to bank fees. And the wire fee is just the beginning. The bigger cost is something most people never notice, the exchange rate markup. Banks use the real mid-market rate when trading with each other, but mark it up when trading with you. So when a service promises 0% fee or no commission, they're still making money by inflating the exchange rate instead. So on a $5,000 transfer, for example, this invisible markup could cost you between $150 and $300. You're handing your bank hundreds of dollars just to move your own money. And most people never realize it because the fee is hidden. This is where Wise comes in. Wise gives you the real mid-market exchange rate, the actual rate with no markup. Instead, they charge a small, transparent conversion fee that you see upfront. Here's how it works. You open a Wise account, which shouldn't take longer than 10 minutes. In it, you can hold multiple currencies, for example, US dollars and euros at the same time. And you can decide to convert your money when the rates are favorable. You can do this manually or set up automatic conversions at your target rate. You can get a Wise multi-currency card that works in both countries, which you can add to Apple Pay, Google Wallet, or Samsung Wallet. And the beauty of this for Americans moving to France is that you can keep dollars in Wise for US expenses and convert your money to euros only when you need to or when the rates are good. And in fact, the more money you send with Wise, the cheaper it gets. If you send over £20,000 or the equivalent in a month, you get a discounted rate. And Wise also offers a dedicated support team that will help you every step of the transfer. And with Wise, you can make daily purchases in France in euros with no foreign transaction fees. And here's another thing, Wise has no monthly fees, whereas traditional French banks often charge between 10 and 15 euros a month just for a basic checking account with a debit card. Wise only charges you when you convert currency or make transfers. So if you're just spending money you've already converted, it costs nothing. And Wise has no minimum balance requirements either. Wise isn't a bank, but it is a regulated financial institution that lets you send, spend, and receive money internationally at the real exchange rate with low, transparent fees. Let me explain how this could work for someone who is moving to France. 6 months before you move, you can open a Wise account. As you're preparing for your move, start watching the exchange rate. Wise lets you set personalized alerts, and when the dollar to euro rate hits your target, you get notified. Or you can set up auto conversions to happen automatically at your chosen rate. Convert some moving funds when the rates are good, and that money sits in your euro balance, locked in from future fluctuations. and you may even earn interest on it. Then when you arrive in France, you already have euros on your Wise multi-currency card. You can pay for hotels, groceries, and public transit in euros with no foreign transaction fees. You can withdraw cash from ATMs. You get 2 free cash withdrawals per month, up to 200 euros total. And you can set up direct debit for local bill payments using the European IBAN associated with your account. Wise gives you account details in multiple currencies, euros, dollars, and more, so you can receive and send money in whichever currency you need. Opening a French bank account can take weeks and be complicated, but with Wise, you can start paying and receiving money right away. Here are my top tips for using Wise when moving to France. 1. Set up exchange rate alerts. The euro-dollar rate fluctuates daily. Set an alert for a rate you'd be happy with, or go hands-off with auto conversions. We've used both. They're easy and reliable. 2. Don't convert everything at once. Keep some money in dollars and convert to euros as needed. This gives you some flexibility. 3. Get the physical Wise multi-currency card before leaving the US. For a one-time $10 fee, you can opt to get a physical version of the Wise multi-currency card. It takes about a week to arrive, and you want it in hand before you travel. You can load it on your phone and then use Apple Pay, Google Wallet, or Samsung Wallet. There's also a free virtual card option you can use immediately. 4. Use it for your French bills. Pay for utilities in France with Wise using the European IBAN that's associated with your account. 5. Understand FBAR requirements. Americans must report foreign financial accounts over $10,000 to the U.S. government. Wise isn't a bank, so reporting rules differ. Talk to a tax professional about your specific situation. If you use my link in the video description below to open a Wise account, you will get a fee-free transfer up to $600. That's a nice way to start, plus you'll be supporting this channel, which I really appreciate. Moving to France is complicated enough without losing money every time you need to access your funds. Wise has genuinely made my life easier, and these types of transactions, which inevitably come up, are cheaper to complete. And I know it can help you too. If you have questions about using Wise in France, you can drop them in the comments below. And if you're planning to move to France, subscribe for more practical tips like this. I'll link to a playlist here with more info about my life abroad if you want to check it out. Thanks to Wise for sponsoring this video, and until the next time, à bientôt!